So given that you had to work with trade partners, trade partners are almost like theater owners in a movie, right? So therefore, the worldview that they come from and the worldview that the brand marketers come from are almost like poles apart, right? So therefore, if you are a CMO and if you are running it, you just end up actually getting frustrated because the sales guy is actually he has a partner in the in the trade partner, because you know there's a lot of push from the distribution end that happens. So therefore, as a CMO, how do you think the cognitive bias, if I were to call it, okay, of the brand framework, the trade framework, are completely different? So how do you really reconcile to this?
See, one tangent, Swami, which is also actually trying to put a lot of reverse pressure, I would say, to a marketer, to a business head, to a brands, are your online platforms. So you have to actually, you don't have one particular enemy, or I would say one particular challenge to fight, but you have multiple challenges to fight. And that is how the entire particular technology has got it today, because the same particular trade partner, the same is getting impacted with online and vice versa, because that's how it is. The first thing is, which is to have the narrative of what this particular person accept. You need to have a very very strong hearing capacity and absorbing capacity when you actually, and there are a lot of insights, very valuable insights that you get from these trade partners when you actually do. And
Give me some
I'll tell you,
examples.
I'm just
Yeah.
coming to that. On that example is, so in one of the categories, which is something which is always from a traditional trade partner, which is lighting as a category to build in. You will not buy lighting mostly on online, which is not a trend. Will be around 5%, 10%, but not mostly on the reason being because there are a lot of different complexity of the product delivery, whether it can be fragile product and whether it can broke in the, everything depends upon your particular fate on the counter is done by that particular retailer or distributor, whosoever actually sells, or a trade partner in that sense to look for. So your, not only your relationship, but your knowledge of the product, your knowledge of your particular journey that you're actually trying to do, makes a huge sense for him. And that's what happens is, when you actually start understand from what exactly he's coming from, what is his particular place coming from. And most of the time when we actually go to market surveys and when you actually do market interactions with these people, one thing which is, it's always been a case is, you listen to me what I'm actually trying to do, please listen what I'm saying, because, and I'll tell you, Swami, I have learned a lot of things from those interactions, because there are actual on ground practical solutions which people, and one of the cases where the practical solution says, sir, you are selling a new LED bulb in a packet. How would I show a light is a bright or light is warm white? How would I show you? Somebody in a category is selling LED bulb on radio, can you feel through the voice what does a light actually comes through it? So he said, please give me a one particular display board where I can show 5 watts, 10 watts, 11 watts, 15 watts, 20 watts, and I can show how does different colors from a warm white to actually normal light, how does it, it will enhance my particular base. And we thought was it actually makes sense, because tomorrow if person will not, and it's a new concept, LED was a very very new concept at one time. Why would somebody invest 2 times or 3 times then from a CFL if you want to convert into the category? And if I become the category leader, if I can actually convert that, let's try and give him something what he actually wants. It's an investment, yes, it's an investment, but what are we actually trying to do is two things. One, we're actually gaining the confidence of that particular trade partner. Second, we're also trying to do a category education job, category building job. People may not see it because it is not a high impact advertising, but it is actually a bamboo strategy which I'm actually trying to do, and I'm actually trying to get into every particular retail corner for it. And we did this, you won't believe it, the success of that is, in first particular year when we actually closed it for, we anticipated about having a 20-25% market share in that category. It actually grew to 39% in that. And the insight is because it's all about feeling and seeing, because light is not something that I actually look for it. I'll also tell you one example relating to the same context is, uh, at that point of time, home decorative lighting was not a very very big concept in India. And in that case, even today, we have around 85-90% of players in the home decorative are basically local players, or somebody importing from a different company and putting you something as a more economic product. And nobody thought of having a branded particular concept of having a home decorative lighting store. The first thought and everything is, people should come and feel what you're actually selling, because this is something which is about feel that particular impact of the light. You can't be selling it through brochures, you can't be selling it through. And we understood, because of the learning that we have from this category boss, we need to have our own particular light lounges who can actually give that entire particular impact of people can come to your particular place and actually showcase. There are, what has happened is all the influencers in the category, like your architect, interior designers, lighting contractors, specifiers, these particular people stood up and said, boss, this is the place I will take my customer to, where I can show what is the best will fit into your particular room and how does it actually move from your thing. So extremely important to understand and involve the entire particular insight with this particular and act on it. What happens is most of the people will go have a fantastic market visit, understand, but the deliverability is not happen. What happens is at the end of the day, even the trade partner get frustrated and saying, boss, if you don't want to implement what I say, and if I don't want to do things that I need to look, then it's no point in terms of having those conversations when you already decide with a closed mind that, but this is what I know. Anytime, and that's what I have believed and I have learned from a lot of my particular experiences, always be very open-minded when you go to market. Just absorb everything, filter from what you need to do. If you need to go for a selected people to find out, does this work, just do a testing. And most of the time what happens is people will do a lot of, we'll talk about in terms of A/B testing, ad testing, but we never test our entire particular BTL activities. Please test that BTL act. It works, and I've seen it. It works like wonders, because you will get a right feedback from the ground, which nobody else will have, because that's the person who's actually making or breaking your category, your brand on the counter.